All right, welcome back. I hope you're ready because the entire landscape of this story has just been absolutely shattered and reformed. We are leaving the cold, hard logic of the Iron Heaven behind, and we are diving headfirst into the fiery heart of Arc 2, the Carnival of Skulls. And I mean it. Everything that was fought for, every single principle that was defended in the last arc, it's done. That whole battle to hold the world still, to stabilize the ego against all the chaos, it's reached its end.
And this new conflict? Wow. It's something way more primal, something far more dangerous. This is basically a philosophical war, but it's being waged with actual fire and blood. The very reason for existence is on trial here.
So we've physically moved. We've left behind those rigid structures of the past, and now we're on the ash-stained shores of Naples, with Mount Vesuvius just looming over everything. The central question isn't, how do we hold reality together anymore? Now it's something deeper. Why should we even bother enduring suffering at all?
This whole arc is being framed as the Trial of the Blood, and that's not just a cool title. It's a literal confrontation with the raw, primal, deep earth power of the volcano mixed with the absolute festive madness of the carnival. It's a test of big ideas against the most elemental forces you can imagine. And right at the heart of this new trial is this huge concept, amor fati. It's this idea of a philosophical love of your fate. It means a radical acceptance of everything that happens. The good, the bad, the suffering, the loss. It's the philosophy that screams yes to life, not in spite of the pain, but because of it. And believe me, this is the new battleground our protagonists are fighting on.
So who are the champions of this wild idea? Let's meet them. And just so you know, these are not your traditional heroes. They're the Alliance of Yes, these incredible figures who have chosen to embrace the melting of reality, to say yes to the chaos, the fire, and all the pain that comes with it.
First up, we've got Dear Willa, the Red Architect, and man, has he gone through a massive transformation. He's no longer desperately trying to hold the world still with that rigid intellectual grip, what the source material calls Fichtean stabilization. No, he's thrown that out. Now he's embracing a kind of Dionysian fluidity. He's actively helping reality melt and reform because he's accepted that pain is, and I quote, the necessary ink for existence.
Right beside him is Donar, the Heaven Stormer. You can think of him as the engine of all this change, the thermal catalyst. He looks at Mount Vesuvius and doesn't see a random catastrophe. He sees a meaningful, purpose-driven destruction. It's his power that's providing the literal heat, forcing the very blood of the world to wake up and remember its own will to power.
And rounding out this incredible alliance is Pan. Now, Pan is absolutely crucial. He's the bridge connecting Davila's high-minded philosophy to the raw, untamed earth. He makes sure that this new red architecture is rooted in the messy chaos of the forest, not the sterile logic of some clinic. He is the wild, beating heart of their entire cause.
But of course, every great yes has to have an equal and opposite no. So let's take a look at how the opposition has evolved. They represent the argument for stasis, for silence, for an end to all suffering by ending life itself. Leading the charge against life is Sinis, the jackal cynic. His entire philosophy is perfectly summed up by his weapon, the glass coffin. I mean, what a powerful metaphor, right? He's offering a world that is perfectly preserved, totally safe, and completely unchanging, like an artifact in a museum. And his argument is just chillingly simple. Life only achieves divinity when it's over.
Backing him up is the very strange and very terrifying Atman Null. Okay, get this. It shows up as a conceptual clot in the holy blood of Saint Gennarius. This thing isn't just some monster. It's the physical embodiment of the desire to just stop, to end all pain by achieving absolute final stillness. It is the will to become nothing.
So there you have it. Our two sides are set. The Alliance of Yes versus the refinement of No. And the stakes? Well, they could not be higher. This is not just some philosophical debate. This is a wager for the very soul of the world, for the ultimate fate of Ethelgard.
And the two possible outcomes are as stark and absolute as it gets. On one side, if the blood melts, if the yes wins, then amor fati prevails. Driven by the fire of Vesuvius, the world's spirit achieves its final, amazing metamorphosis into the child. But if the blood clots, then the null protocol of Sinos and Admin Null succeeds, and Ethelgard becomes a silent, perfect tomb. Nothingness. The end.
This one line captures the entire philosophy of the Alliance of Yes. Think about that. They are not trying to protect the world from destruction. They are trying to help the world embrace its own fiery, chaotic, creative power, to become the very thing it fears.
So, the pieces are on the board. The philosophical arguments have been made, and the battle lines are now drawn in the volcanic ash of Naples. The carnival has officially begun, and the final confrontation is right here, waiting for us.
It really all comes down to this, doesn't it? That old desire for rigid control, the Fichtean grip, is now going toe-to-toe with the raw, unpredictable heartbeat of a volcano. The Red Architect, who embraces change, must now face the Jackal, who preaches the divinity of death.
And so, that leaves us with the one question that defines this entire arc. A question really for all of us to think about. When the choice is between a dangerous, painful, vibrant life and a safe, silent, perfect death, which one is truly divine?